politicians are saying that WHO guidelines are just advisory. So if you don't follow WHO guidelines, then what are the guidelines that you need to follow? Because they're saying that 200 is good air. Give us
So,
a clear picture.
so to start with, Indian National Ambient Air Quality Standards were revised in 2009. They've been really old, and there is a revision which is pending, which has started in 2020. IIT Kanpur, under a committee, is doing it. The final report has been submitted to CPCB. What's in there, nobody knows. What happened with WHO is, based on the latest research over last 15 years, when there has been more conclusive evidence saying that even at 5 microgram of PM 2.5 concentration, there are significant health impacts. And that is why nobody nowhere in the world will be able to bring PM 2.5 levels from 100 to 5. What they have also given is three interim levels of interim level 1, 35 microgram, interim level 2, 25 microgram, interim level 3, 15 microgram, and then the final guideline, which is 5. So it is advisable, it is an advisory guideline, but in absence of a revision of our own national standard, it is that advisory which we have to look at. While we cannot assume that Delhi will reach that even interim level 1 or even Indian standard for that matter in a year, but there are other cities in the country which are around those Indian standards, or achieving them, at least few of them. They can strive towards going to interim target 2 and 3 and then to the guidelines. So any advisory guideline by international bodies which are based on significant latest research or conclusive evidence that there are health impacts of air pollution has to be regarded by a country like India, where air pollution is a very, very severe issue. We are not superhumans. Adopting, or adaptation of human body to high pollution levels doesn't happen over last over 20, 30 years. And PM 2.5 is a new pollutant which has emerged basically because of high combustion of fossil fuels in last 2 to 3 decades in India. PM10 has existed since centuries, and because of that, our nostril hairs, trachea, mucous membrane in the trachea and the lungs, they have a natural filtration mechanism against those bigger particles. PM 2.5 hasn't been there. It is primarily from combustion. We are not superhumans. We have not adapted, and that is why we have to follow the reputed, or international science wherever it has established. And I'm sure that latest revision, which is underway, of the Indian National Ambient Air Quality Standard, that will also strive to move towards interim target 1, at least, which is suggested by WHO. We just have to wait and watch when those standards will be out.